have that one song that don't know the lyrics to it, still tries to sing along. Like,
Yep.
Not yet. Wait, it's claps then intro. So it's signal.
So Holly claps 3 times
and then music.
What?
So right, we'll get the signal. Holly clap 3 times and then the music will start playing. So just like.
So that's the signal.
Yeah.
You just look so lost. That was tragic.
That was very good.
Can we go again?
Keep recording.
And also with the music, you want to fade down. You don't just want to shoot the DJ. Fade down nicely.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Here's a Thought, a podcast with the NCS changemakers. My name's Ash.
My name's Heather.
My name's Charlotte.
My name's Holly.
This is just going to be an intro episode so you know what exactly we're doing and why we're here.
Yeah,
so
the point.
The point of us being here. So we're NCS changemakers. We did our NCS programs over August. We're all from different groups, I assume. Some of us are in the same groups, we're from different groups. But we're kind of just here to talk about topics that relate to us personally and things that we're passionate about that we feel like need more recognition. But to start with, I think we're just going to do an intro to talk about why we're here, what we're passionate about. So if we just go down the line and just talk about things that we think are important to us, I suppose. So does anyone want to go first?
I don't want to go first.
No?
I mean, for me personally, things that are like important is like mental health and like gay rights in the community. Yeah.
I side with that. I'm a huge advocate for LGBT rights as like someone who has struggled with getting understood and kind of not dealing with homophobia, if that makes sense. But yeah. Suppose, not sure what we're doing next, this is just an intro episode. So anything we feel like we should take priority for our episodes, or we want to get some suggestions from our listeners if we want anything that they're passionate about.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Because if we get some insight on what people want to hear, we can talk about it and get that voice across.
Yeah, because it's all fun and games just sitting here talking, and people are like, oh, I'm not really interested in this, isn't something that I feel like should be talked about. So we're just like, oh, fun. So if we get insight from people who want to listen about certain things, I feel like that would do us a massive favour.
Yeah, definitely, because then we can talk about what people want to hear.
Yeah. But yeah.
What do we do now?
I don't know.
We should probably give like
What was that? Awkward silence. Nice.
probably give like facts about ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
One interesting fact.
One fun fact. Yay.
Go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God. Hi, I'm Ash. You know that. I'm gender fluid, and I am a massive theatre brat.
My name's Heather, and I'm also a massive theatre brat and a animated movie enthusiast.
Oh hell yeah.
My name is Charlotte, and I also like the theatre.
Yeah. What a good group.
I like to swim.
Holly.
My name's Holly. Surprise, surprise. I also like musical
Yeah!
theatre.
The whole squad.
And I am currently aspiring to be a tattoo artist.
Hell yeah. Oh, how convenient. Or another awkward silence.
That wasn't even awkward that much.
No, it was just silence.
That's why I turn the sound down, it turns on automatically.
Oh, does it? Nice. Anyone got any cool shows or like animes that we were watching recently that we want to chat about?
I mean, I've been watching The Witcher.
Oh yeah, season 2
I
just
love
came
The
out.
Witcher. Yeah,
I watched basically all of it in a day.
I need to binge it, honestly.
Yeah, I need to watch the first season. I've heard so much about it, and I feel like I'm missing out. So.
Yeah,
I've seen like
honestly.
half of the first season. I'm currently working my way through it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Really good.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is I went to Comic-Con in October, and the amount of Witcher cosplays I was like, I want to do it, but I've never seen the show. So literally a week after I came back from Comic-Con, I binged the entire, just like, yes, I have it all planned, it'll just cost about 200 quid. Yeah, because when you go to Comic-Con, me and my girlfriend, we went as really basic costumes, literally. My costume probably cost me about 20 quid. But we saw like these massive like Metal Gear Solid and all of these like massive like robotic costumes that must have taken like hours and like thousands of pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, I want to do that, but I'm broke. I'm a student. I have no money, I'm a student. But honestly.
The amount of things you could do with the good amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of things, it's crazy.
Because you have to start off somewhere because they really make money by doing that. So I know a lot of people make their money off like costume commissions and wig commissions. I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do, but yeah.
Yeah, people actually earn quite a lot of money from like cosplay. So like if they do like cosplay and post their videos on TikTok, there's like a creators fund and they can literally get their money by doing that.
No, yeah, literally. I don't know about you guys, my girlfriend's sort of obsessed with this game called Genshin Impact. And we saw loads of cosplays about it at Comic-Con, but their cosplays are apparently really expensive.
Yeah.
But honestly, I have a lot of admiration for cosplayers that just go to such minor details.
It's crazy, isn't it?
For their characters.
Since we're all fit kids here, I saw a picture of someone at Comic-Con in an Anne Boleyn costume from Six.
Oh my
and
god.
it was amazing. Like the details on that costume were absolutely incredible. And I saw it, I was like, I need that costume. Because Anne Boleyn's probably my favourite queen. So I was like, I need that.
I suppose with theatre costumes, when you're going as characters from musical theatre, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because with like anime and TV shows, you don't get as much like visual detail of like the characters' costumes. But I suppose with theatre ones, you get like the behind the scenes shows of how they make the costumes. It's like, oh, I can do that now. It's like literally, I am working on, because I really, really, really want to play Orin Scavello from Little Shop of Horrors, and I'm like, I just need a dentist outfit and I'm set. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I've got one. Favourite theatre or movie villain? Let's go down the line. Favourite theatre villain?
I need to think about that one a little bit. Can someone go first?
I need to think about that.
Any villain, like, at all that you're just obsessed
Right,
with?
I have one.
Oh.
Right, it's not necessarily theatre or movie, sorry,
fine.
but
No,
it's kind of an anime, sort of.
Yeah. Any villain at all?
I don't know if anybody's played the game Professor Layton.
No.
I would used to be obsessed with it, and recently I've become re-obsessed. But there's a villain in it. I mean, this is kind of a spoiler alert, but called Clive Dove, and he's like, he pretends to be like the future version of one of the characters.
Oh.
Turns out he's not, and then he kind of just tries to destroy London. It's kind of crazy, but he's kind of like a cool villain. He's like a villain that you love to hate.
Why is it always London? You see movies, especially with the Marvel universe, they're obsessed with just destroying like New York and London. It's like, just go to like Luton or something, mate. Like, just go to Luton or sort of like Detroit. Anywhere else is fine.
Brighton
Just,
Town
like,
Centre.
Brighton Town Centre. Cambridge. Anything else other than like London and New York. Getting back onto topic, I just realised that was a massive topic. We are massively off topic.
This is a shambles.
Welcome to Here's a Thought. It's going to be shambles, pre-warning.
Yeah, this is a bit of an insight to what it's going to be. It's going to be chaotic, so if you're not here for this chaotic
Get
energy,
used to it. It's going to be a long ride. We're going to be here for a while.
We will do our best to keep on topic most of the time.
and hopefully it'll be entertaining
But
as well.
we're all teenagers who are all very, very queer. So we're just like, this isn't going to work in the sense that we're normal. I'm pretty sure most of the people on the table are also neurodivergent. So this is going to be fun. But our location is Geek Retreat in Bedford Town Centre. They have been very, very, very kind to us and let us rent out the building.
Thank you, Geek Retreat.
Not that I think they'll let us do it again, but it was, thank you so much, Geek Retreat. You guys are very nice and you shouldn't have let us do this.
Thank you for putting up with us.
You've given us too much power as a bunch of teenagers.
It was a mistake.
It really was. Thank you. That was a good moment for that, actually. But yeah. I feel like I've said we are NCS, we are the National Citizen Service, here to kind of voice who we are, what we want,
What we stand for.
Hell yeah. But yeah, we're not going to be subtle about what we talk about. So if you're gonna be like, oh, but you should sugarcoat it. We're not gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna be open.
We're gonna be
say it as
blunt.
it is.
We're gonna be blunt. Just get used to it, because we're not gonna sugarcoat topics. We're not gonna skip around things that are important to us. That's the whole reason we're here.
Basically, come into this with an open mind.
Yeah.
Open and honest is what we want.
Yeah, it's what we're gonna be. So it's what we're kind of expecting. Just I suppose. But yeah, I'm feeling a tangent coming on again. Because I'm running out of things to talk about. I'm feeling a tangent coming on again. Another
We
question.
can go back to the villain.
We could go back to we only got one villain in. I suppose we could finish that tangent first.
Who's your favourite villain?
My favourite villain? Oh my god, I have like 5.
There's so many good
There's so many.
villains.
Right, I am obsessed with both first, Detroit Become Human. It's all I have to say about that game. It's an amazing game. I love it so much. If you guys haven't played it, it's basically just about this. It's based in 2038, where just androids are built to kind of aid humans in like just daily things. They're like really hyper-realistic robots that like look like humans. But for some reason, he's not really a villain, but Elijah Kamsky is the one who's behind Cyberlife, who makes the entire like all the robots. But I am obsessed with just his character design and how he is not outwardly a villain until you get like halfway through the game and you're like, oh, Oh, okay, cool. This is fine. It's all right. It's great. But yeah, that, and I love the Resident Evil game series as well. I love Resident Evil so much, mainly because I'm a big horror fanatic. I'm a really weird. I'm a massive horror fanatic. So, but there's loads of villains in the Resident Evil series, so I can't really pinpoint one. But just Resident Evil and Detroit Become Human. That's what I've got. Resident Evil 8 Village. I have to point out that is an amazing game. I only just recently finished it and I was sobbing the whole time. It's not sad. I was just sobbing because the character design from playing the first game, that was really hard to find. To play the most recent game, I was like, oh my god, they've come so far. But you know, yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
I feel like there's like so good villains, like not just in games though. Like there's, I could be here forever listing my favorite villains.
They need to just movie creators, stop making your villains better than your heroes. Because this is what you get. Yeah. This is what happens.
I also have to mention villain songs.
James Bond. Yeah. Stop making your villains better than your heroes. Because your heroes are just stupid and your villains are just great. But yeah.
Villain songs are so much better than hero songs sometimes.
Yes.
Like especially in Disney movies.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hades from
I love Hades. Also Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I literally use that as an audition song.
Oh wow.
And oh my god, no, yeah. Stop giving your villains better songs than your protagonists.
But at the same time, I love them. They're great songs, so I don't really care.
And then you wonder why people cry when your villain dies. It's because you made them better than your hero. It's like pretty obvious. But
yeah, I feel like villains are always the coolest characters because sometimes they have like the best writing as well. Because you've got to give them like a good backstory, like a good villain origin, yeah.
I love morally grey villains.
Morally grey villains. Because you're just like, should I like them? Should I not? Because when you look at a villain, like, I really shouldn't like you as much as I do.
Honestly, that's like sorry, go on.
You've killed about 100 people, but I can't stop you doing it. I can't stop. It's like Loki. My friend is obsessed with him. It's like I can't stop him. I can't stop him.
Honestly, he just wants.
He's a hug.
He just needs a hug.
Half the time the villains just need a hug. That's what I think. They just need a hug.
They just need a bit of love.
Yeah.
That's honestly like me with like Clive from Professor Layton that I was talking about earlier. Like when he was pretending to be future Luke, I was like, oh my god, I love him. He's so cool. And even now that he's a villain, I'm like, oh my god, I love him. He's so cool. Obviously he's evil, bad, but like he's bad, but he's so cool. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I don't. It's weird. It's weird.
Have we gone down the line? Has everyone said their favourite villain?
I haven't.
Go on, Holly. Sarah?
So I recently watched the recording of the live-action Phantom of the Opera for the first time.
Oh, I love Phantom of the Opera.
Before that, I'd only seen like the film version, and it really struck me how like in the film he was a lot more romanticized, but in like the play you could see that he wasn't like as sad. He was a lot more insane, like right off the bat, and I really liked that about that version.
Yeah, I think. Especially I like how you have kind of your horror movie and like your villains that when you see them you're like, oh, they can't be that bad, and you're like, oh, they've just sure. And like, especially I am obsessed with the Trick or Treat movie. With the little kid Sam with like the burlap sack over his head. I'm like, you wouldn't kill a thing. Oh, you just pushed a whole school bus of children into a river. Nice one, Sam.
But he wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah. I think you go up to like a lot of the horror movies, you just need a hug. You might hit with a chainsaw, but you need a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot
you
of
just still need a bit of
you need a bit of affection. You just need a hug.
Bit of TLC.
You might chop my head off with a chainsaw right after, but it is worth it. But yeah.
It's interesting what you're saying about like romanticizing villains because I find that a lot. Yeah.
In books, especially books and like TV.
Not
books and like TV adaptations. You see a lot of.
Because I think, sorry, I interrupted. There's a lot of the time they're kind of like interpreted as being like flirty and stuff as well, like and kind of like sassy, and it's kind of like makes them kind of attractive in a weird way.
And this morning I was thinking about this actually, and you know the Darkling from well, you probably didn't know, it's from Shadow and Bone. They romanticize him so much, and he literally kills like the whole race, and he's literally like a genocidal person.
And you're just like, I love you.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, he's a great main character. He should totally date the hero. And you're like, no.
Yeah. But honestly, Disney wonders why everyone's like, why aren't there more villain merch? It's because you made the villain better than the hero. Like take one good look at any Disney movie, especially the older Disney movies. Especially the older Disney, even though they have quite, spoiler alert if you didn't know, really, really dodgy backstories.
Yeah.
But stop making your villains better because we're just going to continue with what we're doing. amazing.
I mean, like, honestly, Disney stories are a lot, like, adapted from, like, dark versions of them.
Yes.
So, like, the original fairy tales are so much darker, and Disney
Like the
kind of, like,
Brothers
sugarcoats
Grimm,
it.
because a lot of them come from the Brothers Grimm fairy tales, which when you read the like original that wasn't adapted to modern literature, it's very, very dark.
I actually have like a collection of the Brother Grimm's fairy tales,
I love them.
and they are a lot darker.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is probably you know, The Princess and the Frog.
Yes,
Yeah.
oh,
I
that's my
love
fa-
Princess
I
and the
love
Frog.
Princess and the Frog.
I love the one it's based off of is my favorite fairy tale.
Yeah.
And it's about this princess who goes down to this well. She plays with her little golden ball, which is her favorite toy in the world. But she drops it down a well,
Oh no.
and this frog comes up and is like, I will get your ball for you if you allow me to live in your palace, sleep in your bed, and eat your food.
I'm sorry?
And she says yes, obviously not intending to let the
Because
frog do any of these things.
Who wouldn't say yes?
The frog retrieves the ball for her, and then she just runs off, leaving him there.
Oh no. Tiana would
But-
never.
But then a few days later, the frog shows up at the palace and is like,
so-
you made a promise. And the king actually forces the princess to allow the frog to do all of these things. And one day, the princess gets so fed up that she takes the frog and chucks him against a wall.
Against the wall.
She chose
And
violence.
this is what turns the frog back into the prince.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, wow.
I prefer that.
I think yeah,
That's funnier.
Disney might get a couple lawsuits if that was the Princess and the Frog narrative. I mean, yeah.
I mean, like, moving away from Disney though, really quick, like DreamWorks. Like, DreamWorks isn't as sugarcoated as Disney, and I love DreamWorks for it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
I love that film.
I love Puss in Boots so much, and Shrek. The Shrek franchise
Yeah,
is top tier. And
Yeah.
so in Shrek 2, he's introduced as being like an ogre killer, and that's because his backstory, he is actually an ogre killer. Yeah, and it's really interesting. I always find out the backstory of it, and it's like, wow.
Like you watch these movies, you adore them for years and years and years, and then like I remember I grew up. I was a very big Disney fanatic when I was younger.
Yeah, me too.
I grew up and I got a copy of one of the original Brothers Grimm fairy tale books, like my 10th birthday, I think, and I read it and I was like, oh my god. I was like, Mum, why? Why did you let me do this? Why did you? Yeah, but honestly.
Yeah, it's really interesting to find out the backstories of characters, and kind of like how children's movies kind of like, you know, hide it. It's like kind of
It's
interesting.
like Snow White, she was 14, he was 30. Sorry, but
It's really
sorry to ruin
I don't
Snow
like
White
Snow
for you,
White.
but that's literally the original of how it went.
Snow White as a movie, just I hate it. It annoys me. Like, her voice just irritates me.
She lived with 7 men. 7 small men.
I swear there's a line in like Shrek that makes fun of that.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Stan Shrek.
Stan Trek. that franchise gets so much hate, but I love it so much. But I would never tell anyone. I already obviously have, but I would never normally tell anyone that.
Oh
I
no,
love
Shrek is superior, especially the second one.
Oh
Second one's the best one.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Literally. Yes.
Welcome to the podcast where we share our luck for the Shrek franchise.
Yeah, we found our new passion.
Yeah, so we're all fit kids and we love Shrek.
Yeah,
Shrek is love, Shrek
that's
is life.
what we are. Yeah.
Finding out new things in common.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think we are, yeah.
Also, there's a Shrek musical, guys.
I
love it.
Saw it.
It's so good. I love it so much. But that gets so much hate, but I don't know why. I love it.
I think it's because it's a really old franchise. And a lot of like the people, obviously, we almost like 2005, 2004 kids.
Yeah.
So we kind of grew up with that kind of like animation style.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids who were born like 2008, 2009, like, ew, it's so cringy. It's like, no, it's because you didn't grow up in that time when animation was that popular. So a lot of the time, I know my sister, I'm about 3 years older than her. She loves live action. She hates animation so much. I'm like, why? She's like, because I don't really watch it. I was like, oh yeah, because you weren't around when it was good.
Yeah.
She was.
No, honestly.
She was around. Like she was born by the time that animation kind of dwindled, and like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon started getting like their Sam and Cat and their live action like programs, and I was like, no, you're not a huge.
You've
fan.
kind of got to appreciate the older stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there is quite a lot of good newer stuff, but like it was more common, like sort of in our era. I feel like. I mean, God, we're teenagers. We're sounding like you know, older people here, but yeah.
Can I put forward Encanto?
Oh my God, I love it.
There we go.
Don't. Also another one, Luca,
I never saw Luca. I saw Encanto, but I never saw Luca.
and one more, Mitchell's versus the Machines. That's an amazing movie. Sorry, they're my top 3 animated movies.
Why does Disney hate people named Bruno?
I know, it does.
They do. Like,
Honestly, I'm sorry to any Brunos out there.
In Luca, they're like, they hated Bruno. In Kanto, they hated Bruno. I was just like, he needs a hug. Well, I wonder if they were talking about the same person.
Wait, I saw a thing. What if
they were
Bruno is
connected?
Alberto's dad? And that's why he's saying Silencio Bruno because he left him.
Welcome to Here's a Thought, where we just go on Disney tangents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to be.
This is a conspiracy theory podcast now.
Hashtag justice for Bruno.
Yeah.
That's going to be like our time.
Welcome. Strap yourselves into the roller coaster. It's going to be a bumpy
We're just
ride.
going to be talking about Bruno.
Yeah.
That's going to be the title of
My
the
rat,
Silencio
my poor
Bruno.
my poor rat guy. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, Bruno is so sweet.
Camilla's verse is like, he's 7 feet tall, mate. He is barely taller than you. You are 15.
I swear
Bruno
he's
is
smaller than Mirabelle.
He is. Mirabelle's like 5'5", I think. She's like 15 in the movie. And I'm like, mate, he's not 7 foot. He is the same height as you, if not shorter.
Honestly, Encanto's Disney's best movie since Moana.
I never
100%.
watched Moana. My sister was obsessed with so my younger cousins, but I never got the hype because I felt like at that point, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, has been in so many Disney films. I had just gone,
The Rock. If you look at a Jungle movie, I guarantee The Rock will be in it.
I mean,
almost
if you look at, I saw this meme the other day. It was 4 different movies. One of them was like Jumanji, and there was like a bunch of them like in a forest, in a rainforest, and he's dressed the exact same. And the caption was, these are all 4 different movies.
Yeah.
But he was in the same scenario, in the
I saw that
same
as well.
costume. You think it's like Jumanji and like King
Jungle
Kong
Cruise,
and
yeah.
things
Yeah,
like that.
and Jungle Cruise.
And Jungle Cruise, and he's dressed the exact same.
Yeah.
In the exact same environment. They only seem to cast him in
He's very
movies.
much a character actor, I feel like.
Yes, yeah.
Same with like Ryan Reynolds as well.
Jake Gyllenhaal and Ryan Reynolds hit me up. I love him, honestly. Here's when I find out they've done something horrible. Because here's the thing, I'll fall in love with a celebrity, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, they just like killed a person. I'm like, oh, nice. Like, thanks.
Oh yeah,
appreciate
you
it.
fall in love and you find out they're problematic.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
like,
like, why?
yeah.
Why?
Why'd you have to be like that?
It's like I really liked Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park, and then I found out he was transphobic. I was like, God damn it, Chris.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it, Chris.
Let us down.
Chris, come on, why? And yeah. But
Emmett from the Lego movie could never be transphobic and homophobic.
No, not Emmett. He's so cute.
We love Emmett.
We
Love the
love
Lego. Okay, don't even get me started on the Lego movie because I will go on for hours.
Stan Emmett,
So we
Stan
should probably
Trek.
just like wrap it up before I start going on a tangent about the
Yeah.
Lego movie franchise.
Right. I feel like we have a lot of more people in this room than just us 4. Should we?
Yeah, let's just.
Yeah.
Should we acknowledge the people in the room?
Yeah, let's stop being selfish.
Yeah.
Right, go. You have to list.
I don't want a list. I'm not good at names.
Why is this chaotic?
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you, Ace. Thank you.
behind the camera we have Alex.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Everyone say hi to Alex.
Hi, Alex.
And then we have the 2 NCS guys,
Yep.
Max and Adam.
We have Max and Adam, who are basically our men in the sky. They are like the people that are kind of the men behind the curtain. Is what I meant
Men in
to
the
say.
sky, they're God. You guys are God
men
now.
behind the curtain. You guys are now God. You're welcome for the promotion, by the way. Yeah.
And then we have Tegan, who's our fact checker,
Hi, Tegan.
who we actually haven't had to use today, so that's a good start.
Yeah, we haven't had to use you yet, Tegan.
Nothing personal.
I apologise, and you're welcome. I think.
We
I don't know.
We have Charlie, our
Charlie.
timekeeper.
Hi, Charlie. Charlie was quiet.
And
We have Ace.
Ace,
Soundboard.
yes.
Hi, Ace. He's the one that's been giving you all your comedic genius in our sound effects, not awkward silences. So thank
Yeah.
you, Ace. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for.
Yes,
legend!
Ace. Yeah, you'll be hearing a lot more of Ace. We can trust you on that because we've given him the power of the soundboard.
He is the
which-
mastermind behind the sound
Don't
effect.
you? I can see you going to thank you. As I can see you going to press a button. I was like, don't you dare, Ace. But yeah.
So yeah,
Thanks
that's
for
all our
listening.
Thank
team.
you for listening and enduring our ramble.
Yeah.
Whatever it
Yeah.
was.
I can't remember anything we
We're
just
not going to
said.
name this. Will just be title in progress. This is not an episode. This is just title in progress.
hashtag justice for Bruno.
Right.
Yes.
Hashtag Stan Bruno, Stan Emmett, Stan Trek. Chris and Adam are now God. You're welcome. Our next episode, if I can get it up because I am bad at what I'm doing. I can reach my laptop. There we are. Our next episode, we are going to be discussing, probably with some new people, if they want to get on the mics, we are going to be discussing LGBTQIA rights, struggles, information, education. That's going to be our next one. We might have some new people, might have the same people. It depends. But thank you guys so much for listening to Here's a Thought. I'm Ash.
I'm Heather.
I'm Charlotte.
I'm Holly.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.